Presenting your one-stop shop for SEO and virtual assistant services. SEO, GMB, link building, content creation, web design, virtual assistants, and more. Rank Fortress SEO and VA Agency. Enjoy 40 to 70 off for our services. Rank Fortress SEO and VA Agency. The best white label platform for SEOs, agencies, and freelancers.
As in today's video, we're going to be going over in today's webinar, we're going to be going over some common myths and misconceptions when it comes to white label SEO. I'm going to go ahead and get started. While everybody's getting their questions in, I'm going to go ahead and drop this and go live in Facebook. So just bear with me a few minutes and I'll be right back. All right, so we are good to go, guys. We're going to go and get started. Thank you for your patience and waiting. In today's video, we're going to be discussing white label SEO. If you don't know me, my name is William Jones. I have over 20 years of SEO experience. I live in the Philippines with, of course, my wife, and I have a huge team, over 20 VAs. Yeah, that's right. We have over 20 staff, virtual assistants that work for others. We also do VA outsourcing as well as local SEO and web design, content creation, off-page SEO, etc. So we have one department that is doing SEO for agencies as well as business owners like junk removal. And then we have another department that only does virtual assistant or remote work. Okay. I've been in this industry for over 20 years and I live in the Philippines. I'm not like some of these guys that say they do SEO. A lot of guys that say they actually do SEO or they have an agency. Over 80% of most agencies actually outsource to places like India, Brazil, or the Philippines. The Philippines is the VA capital of the world, okay? We're the largest. We get outsourced more work across the world than anywhere else, okay? The only place that can possibly compete with the Philippines would be India. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing myths and misconceptions regarding white label SEO. And we're going to go ahead and get started, and give me 1 second and we'll be going ahead. All right. So this is our white label SEO and outsourcing mastery course where we're discussing specifically SEO. But before we begin, I want to show you kind of where you can go to join the classes and see the replays. If you go to rankfortress.com, you can join the Rank Fortress Academy. Yes, this is my staff, okay? This is my amazing wife right here, Rowena, and this is our website. You can check out all of our services here. You can also check out our case studies where we've helped clients, okay? Everything from web design to getting junk removal and dentists, etc., dominating the 3-pack of Google Maps. You can also check out our virtual assistant services. We have a lot of them, okay? Anything from email marketing to on-page SEO to Google My Business to video editing and lead generation and go high level. I also do speaking engagements. You can check that out. We also have testimonials page where we have video testimonials of tons and tons and tons of clients, okay? Resources, I give away a free white label SEO book and virtual assistants, how to find, hire, and manage virtual assistants. And then, of course, you can contact me or book a call. But to join the Rank Fortress Academy, you see right there where is that big red button says Join Rank Fortress Academy. Simply click on that and join. We had 6 more people just in the past 24 hours join. As you can see, a lot of them are either agencies or SEOs wanting to learn more and more. We have over 300 members so far in this one, and GMB Pros, another group I run, we have over 4,000. If you go to Classroom here, you're going to see Junk Removal SEO, Virtual Assistant class, and I will be uploading the White Label SEO here classes. If you click on any of these, you have access to all of them. Each lesson will be in there, any slideshows, any quizzes, any standard operating procedures will all be in there. I'm giving it away to you guys. You're not even having to pay for it, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started, and just give me 1 second and we're going to dive right in, okay? So just for a recap, for these you guys that are catching up to us, yesterday we went over what is white label SEO. White label SEO is simply where agencies, SEO agencies, sell SEO to clients, whether that's in junk removal or dentist, a lawyer, a doctor, whatever, and they're not actually doing the work. They actually hire someone like me. I'm a white label provider, which means they buy it from me at a much lower rate and then they upsell it or they mark it up, if you will. They get it from me for, let's say, $250, $400. They turn around and sell it for $1,000. We also do web design. They get the websites from us for like $500, and then they turn around and sell them for $1,000 to $3,000 on average. A white label provider, we simply do the work and we provide the, if you will, output, and then they rebrand it underneath their brand and provide it to their clients. There's tons of work to be had. If you're a virtual assistant, a freelancer, there are tons of people that do that, okay? We also offer affiliates. So if you want to sell our services, we offer 40% commission if you sell our services and send the work to us. All right. Let me go ahead and get in today's lesson, though. We're going to be going over common myths and misconceptions regarding white label SEO. All right. We're going to debunk the myths around white label SEO services and discuss what it is. This is actually one of my projects. This is my project manager, and her name is Daenerys. Introduction. White label is just basically, it's misunderstood a lot of times, leads to skepticism. A lot of times people will say, hey, I do all the SEO in-house. And the reality is most of them don't. Most of them don't. Maybe 10, maybe 20, if you're lucky, percent will actually do it in-house. Okay. If anyone ever tells you that they're doing it in-house or they have a large team to handle it or any of that nature, ask them for an office tour, i.e. get their cell phone out or their laptop, walk around the office and show you their actual staff that are doing the work. We can do that. I actually over here have a full office, 5 rooms with 2 stories attached to my house, etc. And we have a commercial generator that can run the entire house as well as backup internet, okay? Because we are in the Philippines. Nevertheless, ask them, have them show you. If they won't, I guarantee you they're outsourcing or they're having virtual assistants do it. Myth number 1, white label SEO is just reselling low quality services. A lot of these guys will say, well, I know you could hire a virtual assistant or you could hire a white label company, but they're going to give you low quality service. And it's a bunch of bullshit, to be honest, okay? The reality is white label providers provide high quality white label SEO services. And they know this because most of them are using us, okay? Many agency partners with reputable providers follow search engine guidelines. They're not going to be breaking guidelines, doing stuff they're not supposed to be. Businesses should research and select a trustworthy provider to ensure quality outcomes. Number 1, I want to see your office. Do an office tour. I literally, sometimes when I'm on calls, doing sales calls, I'll walk around with a laptop and introduce them to the project manager, my office manager, my assistant project manager. I actually have 2 project managers, 2 assistant project managers, and an operation manager, and a team of about 11 or 12 team leaders. And then I have groups of about 5 to 6 in each team. Local SEO, off-page SEO, on-page SEO, content, web design, go high level. It goes on and on and on, okay? So a well-known digital agency can scale its services using white label SEO, and this is how 80% of them are doing it. Myth number 2, clients will know you're outsourcing. It's another BS crap, okay? White label SEO providers like myself, we work behind the scenes, right? We allow agencies to rebrand our work with their own logo, their own contact information. All reports, audits, strategies, output is all provided with the agency's branding. Proper communication and workflow like we have with our back-end dashboard system called spp.io allows for proper communication and workflow. Once you place an order, you fill out an intake form. Once you fill out that intake form, you can actually communicate with us via the dashboard, submit tickets, and find out what's going on and see all your reports and, if you will, your output inside the dashboard. Okay? So no problem there whatsoever. Clients are not going to even know you're outsourcing. We don't contact your clients. We don't email them. We don't message them. We have nothing to do with them. For us, it's as if we do not even exist. You pay us, we do the work. That's all we want. We don't want to deal with the clients. Myth number 3, white label SEO is only for large agencies. It's another BS. You know, I have a lot of small and mid-sized agencies. They have anywhere from 10 to 30 to 40 clients that will use us. They benefit significantly from using us because it helps them expand their services. Maybe they don't have SEO in-house and they only do Google ads and they're an ad provider, ad buyer, right? They want to start offering SEO, or maybe they do SEO but not web design. They want to start offering web design. Maybe they do web design, but they have clients that want content, etc. This is a way in which they can expand their services and scale. Startups and freelancers can use white label SEO providers like myself at rankfortress.com to compete with larger agencies. So if a large agency is competing with you, you just need to partner up with someone like rankfortress.com. So you have no major investments. You're not spending on tools. You're not having to do all that crap and all that investing. Like if you actually opened up a business with brick and mortar and had to hire 10, 20 staff and the desks and the electricity and everything, it's expensive. Okay? White label SEO provides access to experts in SEO without needing an in-house team and having to deal with all the paperwork and government and taxes and everything else and health insurance. I mean, it's a fucking headache. So a startup marketing agency can easily double its revenue within a year by simply adding SEO services that it white labels to rankfortress.com. Myth number 4, white label SEO is too expensive. I don't know who in the hell came and told you that shit, because it is not expensive. White label SEO is like buying SEO cheap. I mean, if you are spending retail, think of it this way. If you're spending retail $1,000 a month right now, I can guarantee you I can match that price at least at $500. Because most of them, what they do is they buy it from us for like $300, $400, whatever, and they turn around and mark it up at least double, sometimes triple. So it is definitely more cost effective than hiring an in-house team to do your SEO or hiring an agency if you're a business owner. Agencies can choose flexible pricing models that align with their budget and client needs. It gives them more wiggle room. So if a sales guy's on a phone call and he's trying to sell something they normally sell for $1,500 and he bought it for, let's say, $500, he knows he has a lot of wiggle room. And as long as I double, baby boss will be okay with it. And I can just sell it for $1,000, no problem. So it gives the guys that are in sales easier job to do. Outsourcing eliminates costs associated with SEO tools. No need for the SEO tools. SEMrush, Ahrefs, Local Dominator, Local Falcon, any of these tools that you're using, you no longer need them. Why? Because we, as a white label provider, provide them. Also, no training needed. Why? Because you're not managing staff, which means you're also going to be training them if you actually hire in-house staff. No full-time salaries, praise God. None of that crap. No health insurance, no government fees, all that stuff. It would save you thousands and thousands of dollars a month just in tools and just in government expenses and all the stuff that you normally need to have an in-house team. Now, myth number 5 is us white label SEO providers, we produce generic strategies. That is just crap. I mean, it's crap because white label providers, we're dealing in bulk and we're dealing with hundreds of clients many times. And what has to happen is we're dealing with multiple niches. So we have to know what works in every single niche. Google's constantly changing its algorithm. So we're constantly having to update. We're constantly updating our SOPs, our standard operating procedures. We're having to stay on top of our game because Google's always changing. Whereas if you're just a standard employee that you've hired and you bring them to the office, do you really think most of them are updating the strategies and updating SOPs or out there reading blogs? Most of them aren't. They're just a typical employee. They want to clock in and clock out, baby, and get paid. They're not there thinking of your customer most of the time as what's in the best interest of my boss's clients. Us, as a white label provider at Rank Fortress, we are. We have a guarantee. If you're not ranked in 3 months, we pause the billing and we stop all billing. So do you think me or my team want to work for free? Hell to the no, we don't. So we bust our asses to get you dominating your niche in your city, okay? And then we work on expanding and going out further and dominating more and more areas, right? Agencies have control over the strategy and can request specific optimizations for their client, right? Providers conduct detailed research, keyword analysis. We do all of this. We provide custom strategies according to your niche. Myth number 6, white label SEO is risky for client retention. So I've heard this a lot. Agencies, it's not true. And here's why. Agencies maintain full control over all client relationships. We don't talk to them. We don't call them. We don't email them. We don't private message them. We don't DM them. None of that crap. We simply provide high quality services, which improves. It doesn't decline. It improves client retention. And we provide transparent reporting, so you don't have to gather all the reports at the end of the month. We provide them to you. You simply give them over to your clients. Myth number 7, right? White label SEO providers use black hat tactics, right? So, number 1, true black hat tactics. There's white hat SEO, gray hat SEO, black hat SEO, and green hat SEO. White hat. We're not white hats. I don't really think pretty much nobody does a white hat. Most of us out here are basically gray hat. If you're doing any link building, you're a gray hat. If you're doing any SEO off page, you're a gray hat, right? A black hat is illegal, right? Black hat is like hacking into someone's bank account and transferring their money into your account. Hacking someone's website and putting a virus or whatever in it or taking it down. That's, number 1, illegal. So I'm not a black hat. We don't provide black hat services. I have discussed black hat with people before, but I am not a black hat SEO. I've done spammy SEO, which is gray hat, which is link building. I've done CTR manipulation, and I still do, and that's gray hat. It's not black hat. Most people that say, oh, those are all black hat tactics don't know what the hell they're talking about because it is not black hat, okay? Agencies should vet all providers, check their track record, their Google reviews, case studies. I want to see video testimonials like we have on our website. Make sure they're using Google compliant strategies. Otherwise, you're going to walk into penalties, and you don't want that. It can literally ruin your business. Myth number 8, white label SEO takes away agency control. Once again, not true. Agencies retain full control over pricing, branding, client interactions. We don't talk to your client. We don't message them. We don't DM them. We don't call them. None of it. I don't want nothing to do with none of your clients, okay? I've even had clients that I knew outsourced someone to us, and the client goes, okay, they're canceling, right? It's prime example. They canceled, and then I see a similar name come in and they ordered SEO from us. And I'm like, hold on, let me check this out. I go check it out because I keep records of who actually was with us and when did they start, when they stopped, whether or not they're white label or not. And I contact the agency that actually sent them to me, and I say, hold up, this guy right here, you actually used to outsource him to us, and now you fired him, I guess, or stopped doing SEO for him, and now he came direct to us and thinks he's going to get a good price. And he said, well, yeah, we're not doing SEO for him no more. Maybe he found you. It doesn't matter to me. Well, it matters to me. So I refunded the guy. I refunded him, even though he found us and wanted to use us, because we're just not that way. We do ethical SEO work. Providers, we are providers in white label SEO. We are basically your silent partner. We execute the tasks and do the deliverables per your requirements. That's all we're doing. We're your silent partner. We're the ones doing the work. We require regular collaboration. I do monthly calls with all of my agency partners. Everybody that outsources, so once a month we get calls, okay? And we go over what happened in the past 30 days and then what's going to happen in the next 30 days. I don't know how many times people tell me all them, I use an SEO agency and they never even called me. They gave me some generic reports. Well, you need to fire them and come to someone like us at rankfortress.com, where we actually do monthly calls and follow up, okay? So in conclusion, white label SEO is a valuable resource for agencies looking to expand their services, whether you're an agency or a freelance or even a business owner. It will help you scale effectively. We have debunked these myths, which will allow agencies like yourself to maximize the benefits of outsourcing SEO. And remember, choosing the right provider and maintaining transparency ensures long-term success. So once again, my name is William. I'm the owner of Rank Fortress with my beloved wife, Rowena Rivera Jones. And you can go check out our services at rankfortress.com. If you need an SEO audit, just fill out our SEO audit form. Check out our website. It's really nice. You can even get our free ebook on white label SEO right here. It's on the homepage. Just hit download the free ebook now. I have an entire ebook on white label SEO. It's around 230-ish pages. Okay, it's really big. It also sells on Amazon, but if you comment below, I will give it to you for free. Okay, and in this, I go over all about white label SEO, what to do, what not to do, etc. You want to comment below, and I will send that ebook over to you. Or if you want to go direct to the website, you can do that as well. Once again, we also offer virtual assistant services. Just click there and you can see all the various types of virtual assistants we offer. If you want to talk to me, just click Speak to William in the top right-hand corner. If you're not a part of Rank Fortress Academy, click the button that says Join Rank Fortress Academy and join today. And I appreciate you guys. And until next time, be blessed and have a great day.